YouTube? Today is September 24th, 2010, and I just want to do a really quick video on this Similac recall that's going on because I have been reading other people's thoughts about it, and I'm a little distraught. So I just wanted to find out, number one, what you other moms out there on YouTube think about the Similac recall, and I kind of wanted to voice my own opinion about it and address some of the things that are being said online. My little peanut is swinging in her cradle swing right next to me here, adding her own sound effects. So I found out about the recall on the 11 o'clock news, and I immediately called my brother and sister-in-law because they feed their baby Similac sensitive as well. And of course I checked all the lot numbers on my Similac containers, and they were all recalled. They were bought at Costco. And my brothers were also recalled as well. And actually his son had been really fussy the last few days. So now I guess they're wondering if it's not from the formula. But anyway, so by the time I got off the phone with him and explained what was going on and directed them to the website and all that stuff, it was midnight. And the grocery stores near me were all closed. We live next to a Fred Meyer and a Target and a Safeway. There's a Costco a little ways up, and it's, but it is a business Costco, so it closes really early. And so I ended up having to make a midnight trip to Walmart, which luckily isn't that far away because it's open 24 hours. It's, you know, I think it's like the next exit up. And so I went and picked up one of these, which is the Similac liquid that you just mix with water. And this is another one. I had to go buy another one. But anyway, so I have been feeding her that, but upon discussing with my husband and baby Kaylee's doctor here, we are just totally grossed out by the recall. I mean, Abbott is a multi-billion-dollar company. There is no excuse to be having beetle parts and larvae in a product made for babies. And so my husband and I have decided we're not going to give our money to Similac if baby Kaylee can take on to Enfamil. So we are slowly weaning her off the Similac, and we are switching her. We're going to try to switch her to this, just the normal premium. And the reason being is just because, like I said, I'm so disgusted by the recall that I just don't understand why they can't make formula in a clean laboratory that's something meant for babies, you know. And I understand that other formulas have been recalled before, Enfamil being one of them, but I'm not concerned about what's happened in the past. I'm concerned about what's going on right now. And right now, Similac is just disgusted me. Just absolutely disgusted me. So, but some of the things that I've read online are just absolutely ridiculous. There's people going into, you know, when they say leave a comment, there's mothers going in there bashing other mothers about formula feeding their babies, saying that they shouldn't even be formula feeding them to begin with, and that breast milk is the best, and that had they not been formula feeding their baby, they wouldn't have contaminated their babies, etc., which is absolutely repulsive to me. And they're saying that there's milk donor milk available that's better than formula, and that we should be buying that instead of formula. And honestly, the breastfeeding mothers that are acting like that need to get a hobby, in my opinion, because first of all, even if you plan to breastfeed, that doesn't mean that necessarily that you're going to be able to breastfeed all the time, okay? Some women just don't produce enough milk to breastfeed. They have to supplement. And other women choose not to, which is fine. And some women just can't for clinical reasons, like me. And I breastfed for as long as I could, but I've had to supplement her with formula the entire time. I don't have a small baby because of it. She hasn't shown any signs of neurological or brain, you know, malfunction because of it. I know plenty of formula-fed babies. I was a formula-fed baby. I'm adopted. So I just, you know, people are saying that kind of stuff, which just makes me very angry. And then there are other people saying, oh, it's just beetles, it's not a big deal. And you know what? Next time you order your food from a restaurant, and there's a bug in it or a hair in it, don't send it back then. If you think that beetle parts and larvae isn't a big deal in baby formula, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal if you find roaches in your food, right? Especially since we're adults and our digestive systems are much more formed than babies are. If that's, people's ignorance and thinking that, oh, it's just beetle parts, it's fine. It's like, well, yeah, we're lucky that it's not something worse, but what's next? Or it could have been something worse. Abbott was just lucky that nothing nastier got into their formula. Right? So my husband and I have chosen to, this is why my husband and I have chosen to move her from Similac to Enfamil. Obviously, we're doing it very slowly, and if she doesn't take to the Enfamil, then we'll keep her on the Similac, but we would rather have our dollars go to Enfamil at this point. And like I said, just some of the things that have been said like that, like I just stated, just make me so angry, because it is our duty as mothers to support each other and to support our decisions, and our duty as mothers is to make decisions and what we feel is best for our children, and other women need to respect that. And if they don't, then they need to move on and get a life and not sit there and badger people and make people feel bad who can't breastfeed their babies or who aren't breastfeeding their babies. I should be able to say I formula feed my baby and be proud of it. And I should be able to say it without having to worry about people's reactions. No matter if I had chosen to breastfeed or if I, had to. And in my case, I did have to. But even if I had chosen a formula feeder, so what? Right? So what? And as for the milk donor milk, okay, the whole point of breastfeeding your own child is because your milk is made specifically for your baby, right? So feeding my daughter a breast milk from another woman whose milk was made for her baby, not for mine, in my opinion, isn't that great. I mean, sure, it's all natural, made by a mother, which is awesome, but it wasn't made for my baby. So, and you can't go anywhere with milk, with breast milk. I'm going to the fair on Saturday, and I can feed my baby formula, the powder formula. But how are you supposed to store something like that if you go on a road trip? Or if you go on a trip at all? Are you supposed to pack a little cooler and take it with you? Anyways, I'm a little bitter. So that's my 2 cents on the Similac recall. And again, this is my own this is how I feel personally. But I just wanted to get that out there and off my chest, because I think that women who badger other women about breastfeeding is ridiculous. And I think it's a childish thing to do and an immature thing to do. And I just think that it's really hurtful. And that's all I have to say on the subject. So stay tuned for more videos. And I will talk to you guys later. Feel free to comment if you guys want to, or send me a message about it. Okay, bye.